Imagine you are trapped on a brutal, snow-covered mountain. The temperature is below freezing. There is no food left, and all hope for survival is fading. What is the last resort you have to satisfy your hunger? The body of your own deceased fellow traveler? This is one of the darkest and most horrifying chapters in American history from 1846, the Donner Party. A group of 89 people set out for California, but due to the cruelty of nature and a series of wrong decisions, they found themselves in a living hell, where the only way to survive was cannibalism. The story began with a heart full of dreams. It was May 1846. Led by George Donner and James Reed, a group of about 90 people set off from Illinois for California. They started their journey in search of new land, a better life, and prosperity. Accompanying them were men, women, and innocent children. However, a guidebook written by a man named Lansford Hastings became the curse of their dream journey. Hastings claimed that he had discovered a new and much shorter route to California, known as the Hastings Cutoff. But the reality was completely different. Hastings himself had never traveled that route with heavy wagons. The Donner Party chose that shortcut, and it turned out to be the biggest mistake of their lives. A route that was supposed to take just a few days ended up taking them months due to the treacherous mountain terrains and harsh deserts. They grew exhausted, their supplies began to deplete, and internal conflicts started breaking out within the group. By the time they reached the base of the Sierra Nevada mountains, it was already too late. It was the end of October. Normally, heavy snowfall does not hit the region before November or December, but that year, nature seemed to descend upon them as a curse. One of the worst blizzards in history struck right at that moment. Within just a few days, the entire area was buried under 5 to 10 feet of snow. The Donner Party was completely trapped in the mountains. The food ran out. First, they slaughtered and ate their cattle and horses. Then, they were forced to boil and eat the leather from their wagons, and eventually, even their pet dogs. The cold was so intense that they couldn't even melt snow for drinking water. One by one, people began to die from extreme cold and starvation. In December, a group of 15 members from the Donner Party put on makeshift snowshoes and set out in search of help. History remembers them as the Forlorn Hope. However, they too lost their way in the blizzard. Driven to near madness by hunger, they made an extreme decision. To stay alive, they began eating the flesh of their deceased companions. 2 Native American guides in the group were even shot and killed solely to be consumed for their meat. Finally, in February 1847, the first rescue party reached them. But what the rescuers witnessed there was something they were completely unprepared for. Human bones and mutilated corpses were scattered everywhere. The survivors were no longer recognizable as ordinary human beings. They looked like living skeletons. Out of the 89 members, only 45 miraculously made it back alive. The remaining 44 fell victim to the cruelty of nature and human error. Even today, that mountain lake in California is known as Donner Lake, serving as a stark reminder of humanity's primal instinct to survive.
The Donner Party remains the greatest and most terrifying example of how far humans can go to stay alive in extreme circumstances. What do you think? Were the decisions made by the members of the Donner Party justifiable under such extreme conditions? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next video. Thank you.